During the recent Black Friday 2022 sales, HUAWEI dropped the price of their Matebook 14 AMD 2021 model to under £600 or $736. Features include an AMD Ryzen 7 5700U processor, 14-inch 3x2 100% sRGB touchscreen, 16GB of memory and 512GB of storage wrapped in a lightweight body. Is it still worth buying in early 2023? Let's find out. The Matebook 14 body is made up of an aluminium alloyed chassis in a space grey colour, not changed from previous models. Not a bad thing as it feels well made, solid to hold in one hand, and at 1.45 kilograms or 3.21 pounds has a reassuringly weighty feel to it. There's hardly any flex on the keyboard deck and the display lid is pretty well protected too. Styling is very much a mixture between corporate and MacBook design cues, leading to a premium look. There's a chrome effect around the chassis and display sides, adding to the classy feel. To open the bottom cover, unscrew the 10 T5 screws and pry open the bottom lid. The memory is soldered on, so this is not upgradable. However, there is access to change the M.2 SSD storage, the Wi-Fi module and the 56 watt-hour battery. The display is a 14-inch IPS 3x2 2160 by 1440 touchscreen by BOE. Brightness is rated at 300 nits and colour accuracy is at 100% sRGB. As the webcam is housed in the keyboard, the 90% screen to body ratio panel has ultra thin bezels connected by a single display hinge. This opens up to a maximum of 150 degrees, giving excellent viewing angles. You do need to use two hands to open the lid as it's fairly rigid. The screen on the Matebook 14 is one of the stars of the show. It's bright, exceeding its 300 nits rating. Colours are vibrant and crisp. Viewing angles are excellent from the IPS panel. The higher resolution leads to more screen area to work on, and there's also the bonus of a touchscreen. This was very responsive during daily usage. The one downside is the highly reflective glossy screen. It can be used outdoors, but you'll need to find somewhere in the shade to avoid the reflections bouncing off the screen. On the left hand side we have a USB-C 3.2 Gen 1 port, charging DisplayPort mode, a headphone microphone 3.5mm stereo jack and a HDMI 1.4B port. On the right we have two USB Type-A 3.2 Gen 1 ports. The Wi-Fi 5 card inside is a Realtek 8822CE 2x2 wireless LAN and Bluetooth 5. Wireless coverage was very good during testing across two rooms and the Bluetooth connection was solid with the external mouse and speaker. The Matebook 14 has a nicely spaced out keyboard with a handy 2-level backlighting. Typing on the keyboard is generally very good, accurate and comfortable for long sessions. The one downside is each key is on the soft side with a slight spongy key travel. Also, dedicated keys like home, end, page up and down are missing from the keyboard. You need to hold down the function key and one of the arrow keys to enable these key functions. The touchpad has a fairly large area for gliding your fingers on. Microsoft Precision drivers provide fast and accurate finger gestures. The glass surface flexes a bit too much for my liking, and the integrated buttons could be a bit quieter, but that's nitpicking. The audio quality on the Matebook 14 is passable at best from the two speakers located on the underside. They can get loud with clear mids and highs, but totally lacking in bass. Okay to listen to a few YouTube videos, but if you want decent audio, invest in a Bluetooth headset instead. Similar story can be said for the unique 720p webcam. Great for privacy thanks to activating the webcam by pressing the key to pop it out. Not so great for the resulting unflattering camera angle pointing up at your chin and nose. Video quality is average like most laptop webcams. Invest in a decent webcam if you need to make video calls frequently. This review model has an AMD Ryzen 7 5700U featuring 8 Zen 2 cores clocked at 1.8 GHz base speed to 4.3 GHz boost. TDP is rated at 15 watts. The Ryzen 7 5700U was one of the fastest U-class CPUs in the class of 2021, along with 16GB of DDR4 3200 in dual channel mode and 512GB of NVMe PCIe 3.0x4 M.2 2280 SSD storage. The Matebook 14 flies through general office or college usage. Its main target audiences. Whether you're working from home, typing a report or speaking to colleagues or clients on Teams, or listening to a Spotify playlist in the background while working on your dissertation, the Matebook 14 is quick and responsive. Benchmarking results also show good scores. Cinebench R23 testing produced a score of 9622 multi-core and 1257 in single core. 3D Mark Time Spy results came in with an overall score of 1196, CPU score of 5536, and a graphics score of 1051. 3D Mark Time Spy Extreme overall came in at 613, graphics score 536, and CPU score 3356. PC Mark 10 had an overall score 5216. Geekbench 5.4.5 gave a CPU score 1181 in single core and 6243 multi-core, and 14,839 in the compute benchmark. Superposition resulted in a score of 2062. The AMD Ryzen 7 5700U falls between the Intel i5 1240p and inches ahead of the Intel i7 1195G7. The dual fans keep the Matebook cool during general light to medium workloads. With stress testing, we managed over 40 Celsius or 104 Fahrenheit by the vents, 38 Celsius or 100 Fahrenheit in the middle of the keyboard. One laptop you can happily use on your lap. Fan noise is also excellent, with near silent running at 35 decibels the majority of the time, rising to 38 decibels when under heavy load. Graphics is provided by integrated AMD Radeon RX Vega 8i GPU. The GPU is based on the Vega architecture and has 8 CUs clocked up to 1750 MHz. The GPU will benefit from dual channel memory. The RX Vega 8 is not too far behind the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 Max-Q in benchmark results, and ahead of the NVIDIA Quattro P600 GPU. Don't expect to play AAA titles on the Matebook 14. The Vega 8 GPU shows its age playing heavy titles like Cyberpunk 2077 in low settings only. Apex Legends is another example where you would only get 35 frames per second in medium settings. A laptop to play the occasional lightweight game like Roblox or Rocket League. Inside the Matebook 14 we have a 56 Wh battery. Working on a document, several web tabs open, email and music playing in the background in balance mode. I managed to get around 7 hours usage before having to charge it. If you run a heavy workload, expect around 2 hours. There's quick charge mode with the 65 watt USB-C power adapter, and there's a decent length in the charging cable. A full recharge of the battery takes just over 2 hours. The good, the bad and the really bad. Superb screen. The 3x2 screen is almost perfect for work or school usage. Great colours and contrast with a useful touchscreen option too. It's only let down by the glossy display, which is very reflective in strong light. Excellent performance. For everyday tasks, there's no complaints from the AMD Ryzen 7 5700U processor. Even in early 2023, the 5700U will give you excellent performance. Great pricing. HUAWEI have always been great value and heavily discount their devices throughout the year. For £500 plus taxes, you can't find a better laptop with a spec list. Average ports. Nitpicking, but I wish there was a SD card reader and an additional Thunderbolt 3 USB-C port available. Otherwise the 3 USB ports are adequate. Wonky Webcam. I think it's well documented on the web, but the strangely located webcam is a no-no. Competition. There's plenty of competition in the everyday 14-inch laptop arena. In no particular order, here are some to consider. HP Pavilion 14 EC 0005NA, Dell Inspiron 14, Asus ZenBook 14 OLED, Acer Swift 3 AMD. Is the HUAWEI Matebook 14 2021 still worth buying in early 2023? The answer is a big fat yes. For £500 plus taxes, the Matebook 14 is a bargain against the competition. Great 3x2 vibrant display with the added bonus of a touchscreen. You still get excellent performance from the AMD Ryzen 7 5700U and the generous memory storage specs. Plus the laptop stays silent and cool running. It flies through most working from home or college tasks thrown at it. The keyboard is comfortable to type on and the battery life lasts nearly a full day before you need to charge it. Overall, the HUAWEI Matebook 14 2021 is a fantastic ultrabook for everyday tasks at a bargain price. What do you guys think? Leave your comments and discuss below. Hope you guys enjoyed the review of the HUAWEI Matebook 14 AMD 2021 laptop. Please click on the like button if you enjoyed this review video and subscribe if you would like to watch more of our tech videos. Thanks for watching. Cheers.